Hey guys! So in this video, we'll open the app and try to understand how to navigate Android Studio. So to open a new project, open up Android Studio. Click on New Project over here, and then when you see a bunch of templates, select the template that says Empty Activity. Now you can name the application whatever you'd like over here. I'm going to name the application Simple Quiz App. Then select the language over here as Java for now. Then click on Finish over here and leave the computer alone for a few minutes. Once you click on Finish, the project will take a while to build, and you want to make sure that you don't click on or touch anything on the computer while the project is building. If you do touch stuff while the project is building, it might not build properly, so just sit back and wait for it to finish building. Once it is finished building, you won't get any blue loading lines over here. And this is what it will look like once it is finished building. As you can see on the left-hand side here, there are a lot of files and folders. But don't worry, we will unravel what these files mean and which files we need to focus on. In the rest of the video, I just want to show you around Android Studio. So these two files over here, mainActivity.java and activitymain.xml, are responsible for creating an activity. And an activity is basically a page. So every app will have at least one page. Our app will have only one page, and these two files are important in building the page of the app. So the activitymain.xml file over here is responsible for the front end part of the app. The front end of the app basically means what the user will see and what the app will look like graphically. It doesn't deal with the code too much, but it deals more with the design of the app. The mainActivity.java file here deals with the back-end part of the app. The back-end of the app basically means all the code that is written to make the app function. We will need to write code in order to make the app do things, and that is called the back-end. This is where we will write the main code of the app later. For example, the code here can say things like, if you click on this button, then this will happen. Now, one thing that I want to show you is that in the activity_main.xml file, you can click on the palette, which will be somewhere here like this. You can drag any of the components from the palette and drop it onto the screen. For example, you can drag a text view and drop it onto the screen over here like this. Now, at the top over here, you have the options to see the activitymain.xml file as a full design view or as a full code view. The code view just shows you the code behind all the design components on the screen. Or you can have a split view. The split view shows you both the code behind the different buttons, text, and other components on the screen, and the design of the screen. So, if you use the split view, you can see some of the code for the default Hello World text that's on the screen. This is a very helpful feature, because if you do not want to code in XML, you can drag the components from the palette onto the screen, and most of the code will be written for you. One important thing that you need to note is that whenever you take a new component in XML, you have to link that component in Java. In another project, we will write code in Java for the app and link the components of the app to that code. Now, when we click on Project over here, this left side basically shows you all of the folders in the app hierarchy. The Android manifest file that's over here is very important, and every application must have one. It basically describes essential information about the app. The folder over here that says RES means resources folder. It stores several other folders for various resources, such as colors and styles that you can use in your application. There are already some basic default colors and resources, but you can add more if you wish. Now, these two main files that you will be using a lot are stored somewhere in these folders as well. It is helpful to know where they are. So, the main.activity Java file is stored inside the Java folder over here, and then specifically inside the first folder over there. So you can see that the file is right here. The activity main.xml file is stored inside the resources folder, and then specifically inside the layout folder, as you can see over here. So I hope you understood something about Android Studio in this video, and it doesn't look too strange to you now. We will start building the app here in the following videos.